Welcome to Japan. We are here in the mecca of modified performance. We're looking for the ultimate tuner, a man with godlike talent. We're looking for him and his car. Ah, Japan. Not knowing where to look, I simply took a stroll to see what I could find. I had no idea what anything said. This could be a tuner. Now first up on the tuning tour is HKS Kansai Service. They've got an STI version 8 and an Evo 8 for us to try out today. It's slightly wet, slightly slippery, so a four-wheel drive car sounds kind of, the right sort of deal for today. HKS Kansai Service, they do quick response, advanced footwork and good driving, pursuing sports and sporty. This version 8 WRX STI is a good example of a lightly modified HKS Kansai customer car. With a light boost increase, suspension and brake upgrade, it's fairly tame, but perfect for daily driving. The carbon fibre bonnet is one of the many products built in-house at Kansai Service. We strapped on our G-Tech performance timer and gave it a test run. We went right out to a quarter mile there of a flat 13 in the rain. So this WRX with just a little bit of a boost increase would be doing easy 12s on a dry day. Not bad. Good work. Very good. A flat 13 in the rain was great, so the Turtle Man celebrates with a donut. Okay, this is the famous Mr. Mukai from HKS Kansai. And he's going to give us a rundown on this very cool Evo 8 we've got right here.
He said that basically the car at the moment is just a street tune, but there's obviously a lot more he can do to the car to get it more powerful and bloody, ripping people's balls off and all that sort of stuff. So really it's basically a street car.
So did he say ripping people's balls off?
If I said he said it, he said it. Simple as that, pal. Just you watch your mouth.
It runs a larger HKS turbo and a reasonable boost increase. Fully adjustable suspension and track spec tyres have also been fitted to further increase the already ball-ripping handling. This particular Evo has already proved pretty strong with a lap record for a tuned car at their local circuit. Time for another test run. That was very fast. That's a flat 12-second quarter mile in the rain up a hill. Bit of wheel spin on the launch, so it's only 1.960 foot time. A flat 12 at 117 miles an hour, which is damn quick. Tuner number 2 is Signal. They're a medium-sized fish, kind of like a kingfish is to the ocean. They're famous for their high-powered skylines, fancy paint jobs, and the very high-tech D1 Drift Spec 200SX. Signal's reputation for solid work is growing all over the world, and the US branch is in full swing. First up, they offered us a ride in this 600 horsepower Track Spec 200SX. With massive power and a fair amount of turbo lag, it's probably the worst car in the world for a tight and twisty mountain road. So that's where we're taking it. the chase car.
We'd put the spare battery to jumpstart the car in the boot. The 2 points had met, caused electrical fire. Boot caught on fire. We pulled over, jumped out, and here's the camera bag. And here's our trusty camera from the very first video. Look at that there. See? This camera got you these famous shots.
Let's have a minute of silence for the MV-10i. That's enough, let's get on with it. Back to Signal to get another car. This time, the Signal boys rolled out their street-tuned R34 GTR. Now this GTR has an RB26 motor stretched to a full 3 litres. This allows the engine to develop far more immediate torque and puts it under less strain overall. A large single turbo conversion nets a highly reliable daily driven 700 horsepower. Even the interior got the makeover with race seats and a full retrim.
In most countries, tuners use, say, a racetrack or a drag strip to demonstrate their hardware, but not here in Japan. The tuners here and the men here, well, they're a bit harder. They use the freeway.
Carefully, you'll see my head in the passenger seat. I'm a bit scared. I'm having second thoughts. What am I doing in this car? Whoa, we go past Rob's Evo like it's standing still. He's got his foot to the floor. Then again, Rob's Evo's not that quick. This is quick. A truck halts our progress for a brief second. Then the madman he's off again. Now check this out. Third gear. Fourth. Fifth. Sixth. Get me out of this thing.
So we just did a 300k run in the Signal GTR. And the fan belt's broken and the pulley's fallen off and all sorts of stuff's happened. But it didn't happen during the run, it happened while we were idling on the side of the road. So no more 300k runs, but I think we got to 300 just now, so we're pretty happy.
Signal just jumped to the top of our tuning list. But the search continues. We will have to travel 400 kilometers deep into the heart of Honshu. And there is only one way in. A Shinkansen or bullet train. The locals? Well, 300k is pretty damn boring to them.
Yeah, Pizza Hut? King size pizza. Yeah, you're fucking a fast car? Car fast? Yeah.
The highlight, however, was the brief view of the incredible Mount Fuji. Night falls and the streets of Kobe come alive. The local people flock to the bars and cafes. And idiots go to pachinko bars and watch balls fall down out of this little thing. What are you doing? I mean, get a life. We jumped in the trusty Evo and head off in search of the elusive Midnight Club Drifters. Finding the drifters was proving difficult. High on Mount Roko, we found a cluster of cars which were using a section of winding road as a racetrack. One guy we followed drove around completely blind corners on the wrong side of the road. I'm mad. It's amazing he's still alive. The racing is simple. A car pulls up behind you, indicates right to signal the race is on, and off you go. Now this was very cool, but we'd come all this way to find the spiritual home of drifting, and we were lost. We'd finally found someone who knew the secret location. At the base of the mountain, we interviewed one of the best local drifters.
How often do they come here?
もうその二旅山とここの六甲山のところでいつも来てますか？いつ？
週末は
週末？毎週？
毎週
Comes every weekend.
Every weekend?
Every weekend without fail. Obviously
All right. And what's he done to his car?
車の改造はどこまで改造してある？
カービンと
違うチューバ
カムと
Cams.
エンジンはブーストアップそれぐらい
Yep.
ブースト何キロ
So what, about 280 horsepower?
It's got the boost up to a
切る
bar.
ね
馬力何
切って
どのぐらい
300ぐらい切って
About 300 horse.
About 300. All right. Well, let's get into it. We're about to basically follow behind this super duper drifting guy up the mountain at ludicrous speed. Totally illegal, and we could go to jail. And we're an Evo 8, so a perfect car to follow a drift car, pretty much.
Suddenly, we'd found them. It was like a race event. Highly modified drift cars were everywhere. Just as soon as we'd taken it all in, they started ripping up the mountain. In the middle of the night, high in the mountains and in pitch black conditions, these guys started a sport that is becoming truly global. And they're still doing it. Jumped in the Nissan for an authentic drift experience. In pitch black conditions, it's kind of dangerous. The driver of this white Nissan GTS-T impressed us all with his high-speed drifting up, and believe it or not, downhill as well. Check this out.
Has he got any aspirations? Does he want to?
まあやっぱりドリフトの D1 とかなんかそういうドリフトのレースに入る。
いやいやもうそんなレベルが違うからもう僕まだまだ下手くそです
He's like, oh, no, we're good enough for that sort of
Oh
stuff.
no, he's good.
いや、すごい上手ですよ。
We think he's good.
After last night's adrenaline rush, we needed something a little different. Maybe some bling.
There's nothing like the sound of 1,000 horsepower in the morning. 1,000 horsepower, 1,000 horsepower, 1,000 horsepower. They're all over 1,000 horsepower. Where the hell would you go to see 3 cars in one lobby with over 1,000 horsepower? Valeside. That's right, baby. Now, if you didn't already know, they're famous for modifying every single part of the car, wheels, this, blah, 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 but they're most famous for body kits. If you want some bling, you come to Valeside. If you're having a hard time consolidating a relationship with a woman, in other words, getting sex after you're getting laid, come to Valeside. These guys will give you the bling and mobile. Even I nearly got some action with the girl down the road. I did.
Nobody does bling like Valeside. And this car, the star of the 2004 Tokyo Auto Salon, is as good as it gets. A quick competition here. Who can guess what this car is? Oh, well done in the back. It's an NSX. Fully dumped on its hydraulic suspension, it looks simply stunning. Valeside's Drift 200SX is coming along nicely as well. If you're gonna drift, you might as well do it in style. Gull-wing doors, wide body kit, neons and Sakura decals are a very Valeside touch. Cruising around the streets was like wearing a really, really big purple hat. There's one thing that Valeside didn't add to the car. Gas. With Valeside show cars still being tuned, I went back to the Valeside factory and thieved their very cool Bat RX-8.
Keeping the jump high.
This is the Mazda RX-8 by Valeside. It's got gull wings, mean-ass body kit. It feels a whole lot sportier than the standard one. It's about the same speed in a straight line, but it feels way taunter when I'm turning. But its handling and its performance is just slightly better than a standard RX-8. I've driven many cars in my day, but I think this one gives me the most chance I've ever had of actually having sex.
There's no one around. I can do a burnout. Back in Kobe, we rocked up to Stillway.
Okay, check this out. We just arrived at Stillway, one of the local tuners here in Kobe, and we're like, oh, have you got any cars we can do a tune, a little shot of, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, you can have the 800 horsepower Silvia, maybe a 650 horsepower RX-7. I've got Shay putting the cameras in. We're going to go out right now in a 9-second on street tyres road car. Unheard of anywhere in the world except here in Japan.
This is what it's all about. High power, rotary style. Stillway's RX-7 runs a massive HKS T51R SPL turbo, cramming 18 psi or more of chilled air into the 13B. The motor makes 650 horsepower in full street trim.
Okay. You ready to go in the car then?
Yep, I'm ready.
He's going to go in. Is he going to be okay? Life insurance? Life insurance?
人生保証はどうなってんのダメやなし nothing
No life insurance.
no life insurance
Okay, Grant, get in there, baby. Have fun.
game over
Let's do it! Our test track for the run is just a little road behind the Stillway workshop. over 260k in slightly over 400 meters of road. Let's do it again.
That was sick.
The boys at Stillway go fast run corners. And yellow cars, they make me go bananas, baby. They hold a bunch of lap records. This thing here is pretty much a tarmac rally Evo crazy piece of machinery. He's gonna cannon up this road. Let's check it out, baby. Evo 8 Stillway, 400 horsepower, really tight suspension. This car's not really about straight line speed, although it's pretty fast. It's cornering, it's mind-boggling, it's semi-slicks. Once they get hot, this thing's pulling maybe close to 2G around the corners. It's hard for me to say, I love the RX-7, that was damn fast, but this thing's fun too. Up this mountain road, I think that's the most fun I've had so far. So Stillway proves it knows how to build the total package. But there's more. Sitting quietly back at the workshop was one of the world's coolest RX-7s.
Deep in the junkyard.
This track spec RX makes nearly 700 reliable horsepower. It runs a full RE and EMEA body kit and looks totally incredible.
Deep in the junkyard.
It turns out that Stillway are about to travel to a fastest lap shootout against Japan's best tuners. They asked if we wanted to come along. I'm already there, baby. The level of tune cars in Japan is simply amazing. Nearly every car running at today's track battle had more than 500 horsepower. GTRs, RX-7s, Evos, everything is represented. Ooh, get him! Good boy! Nearly got him. Maybe next time. This 200SX was massively quick. It posted the third fastest time of the day. As soon as we arrived, this car just grabbed our total attention. A full 800 horsepower track spec GTR that had to be heard to be believed. Light years from standard, this GTR is one of the fastest tuned road cars anywhere in the world. Auto Select left nothing unturned in their search for speed. Turn up the volume and listen to the power. This is the kind of weaponry that the Stillway is up against. This is the first racetrack outing for the RX-7. After a few suspension checks and a detailed discussion with Stillway's pro driver, the Red Dragon, they're ready for their first laps. Let's go for a ride. Stillway's RX-7 takes the 5th fastest time on only its 3rd lap. Incredible! Go the Red Dragon! Up ahead is a 700 horsepower GTR. Can he catch him? The Stillway RX makes the pass. Brilliant.
So we're here at the TI circuit. I've just strolled around, watched the Stillway car go. It's gone well, but something else has just arrived. An 800 horsepower GTR with a lap record.
The Nagasaki Auto GTR is it. The fastest tuned car in Japan. And we're going on board right now. Kawasaki GTR runs the fastest time of the day, it wins the track battle. The driver gave us a rundown on the car's strengths.
It's a 2.8 litre stroker, 800 horsepower, runs 265 semi-slicks, massive Alcon brakes in the front. What does he think the best strength of the car is? Its power, its handling?
その車で一番強いポイントはコーナリングかパワー。
もちろん両方です。コーナーリング、エンドストップ
Easy answer.
で、
It's the whole package. We noticed the girls from Option Video. And yes, baby, they're still there. So we say goodbye to the racetrack and goodbye to Japan. After long discussions, we crowned Stillway as the ultimate tuner.